Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing, and today I'm gonna talk to you about the three fragrances that I have been testing for quite a time now, for about 2 weeks, and my review is ready, and I'm gonna start right away with the fragrance by Tom Ford. And this is the new fragrance, Tom Ford Cafe Rose, and do not be alarmed, I'm not crazy. They did have this fragrance already, I want to say like 10 years back, and this is the newest version of that fragrance. I haven't tested the old one, I have to say. So it has the Turkish rose, coffee, Bulgarian rose, patchouli, cardamom, coriander, and ylang ylang, as well as frankincense and sandalwood. I have been in the shops, I just testing the fragrances, and out of the blue, the lady that works in the shop, she just grabs my wrist and says that I have to spray this on you because this is the new fragrance and we just got it. Well, she knew me, she knew that I love the fragrances, so it's not like she would grab any other person's wrist. And we just got this fragrance and it's absolutely beautiful, and everyone in the store loves it, so you have to you have to try it. And she just makes a couple of sprays and she hands me out hands out the sample. And I was like, okay, there's no escape route now, right? I do have it on my wrist. And then I look it up and it's Tom Ford Cafe Rose, and I was like, okay, yeah. I tested a couple of more fragrances, and then I went out from the store, and I was just doing things and talking and whatnot, and every time that I would just hold my hand up, I would get this whiffs of fragrance on me. It's like, it isn't bad. It definitely isn't bad. Um, and then I came home and then I tested it on the blotter as well. But I do like to test the fragrances on myself because I'm not made of paper, you see. So I like to understand how this fragrance reacts on, to my body chemistry. So, and I kind of wore this fragrance, and what I have to tell you that unfortunately for me, no coffee was detected. I tried. I tried to wear it. I tried to wear it in this kind of windy weather. I tried to wear it in the humid weather. I wore it indoors, outdoors. No coffee detected. What I do detect though is rose, quite a heavy one, but not a headache inducing. And take it, of course, take it with the grain of salt, but take it from the person that doesn't love roses, and take it from the person that is kind of easily affected by rose smells. I don't like roses, I don't like flowers, and I don't like rose smells, and sometimes rose smells do tend to induce the headache in me, but that this particular fragrance, it didn't. And I used up the whole sample. I don't even have a sample to show you. It's not bad. It's absolutely not bad. If you love roses, if you love rose fragrances, if you love Tom Ford, you should go out and try it because it's beautiful. But if you want this coffee and rose combination, for me it didn't come. For me, the coffee part it was absent all the time, unfortunately, I should add. But as a rose fragrance, it's not bad. It's kind of a bit spicy rose, but spicy in a good way. Good spicy rose. Again, not headache inducing. Beautiful bottle, and yeah, I kind of like this release. I unfortunately I cannot compare it to the old bottle, but yeah, it's nice. It is nice, and again, the bottle is very beautiful. It reminds me like of something like 70s. I don't know, for some reason it does. Now, another fragrance that I have used up the whole sample of it, and I do have, it's the second sample that I'm using it up already, and I have this Gucci Guilty Elixir de Parfum fragrance. So yeah, it's that color. The color is beautiful. So I'm gonna read out the notes, and the notes here are violet, mandora. Well, mandora is this kind of citrusy smells. Bergamot, wisteria, rose, osmanthus, tonka bean, patchouli, and vanilla. And you see on the sample it says that it has wisteria, cord, vanilla, absolute, and tonka beans. Yeah, it has only these three notes. So I want to say that when I like I like Gucci fragrances a lot, and behind me you can see the Gucci Guilty, and I want to say it's from 2 years back edition, and it's eau de toilette, and it's beautiful, but it has nothing to do with this fragrance, because that one is like your typical springy, very very strongly flowery fragrance. This one has flowers as well, quite a lot of them. But you know, with this fragrance, and this is why I have used up the sample and I'm using the second one, and it's not because I am deeply in love with this fragrance, but I cannot decode this fragrance. I like to understand the fragrance, how it smells for me, so it would be even easier for me to explain this to you. Or for me, for myself, for my own interest, I like to go out in the store and sample and understand what are the notes in this fragrance. But in this particular fragrance, I have it here, I find it quite difficult to understand the note. I kind of find it difficult to uncover this fragrance, to split it into the notes. And I'm not a nose by no means, but this one, what I can feel a huge bouquet of flowers, different ones, dusted with the powder, quite heavily dusted with the powder. So this is very powdery fragrance, and the powder, it does last. It lasts throughout the fragrance, so you cannot escape from it. And this is the main difference from that one, because I looked up the notes for that fragrance. It's from 2021. I looked up the notes of that fragrance, and that fragrance, it has a lot of flowers, but it doesn't have this kind of powdery note. And there I can kind of distinguish a couple of flowers, but here I cannot. I just can feel very beautiful bouquet of flowers and very very heavy dose of powder, which isn't bad. It isn't bad. It kind of makes this scent a bit dreamy, a bit like good for everyday wear, because not all people like this heavily flowered fragrances for everyday. But this one, this powder, it kind of tones down the fragrance. Now this fragrance is quite expensive. This fragrance costs like 160 euros per 60 ml bottle. Do I think it's worth it? I do not think it is. I do think it's kind of very expensive for what it is. And and I have to be honest with you, I've also tested the male version that is in the green bottle, and the male version in the green bottle, I like it much more than this one, because well, I'm a white flower lover, so it has a lot of white flowers, and it has this orris. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. So if I have to choose, well, someone would tell me which one. It's like, yeah, you just go and get the green one, the male version one, because it's better. It's better. You see, it's more beautiful. It's more unique, because this one, I think that this heavy dosage of powder, it kind of ruins everything for me personally. So the green one is better out of the two. And please do not think that, well, the green one is for men, so I'm not gonna go and test it. It's girly enough, it's womanly enough to be worn by a woman as well. You know, it's a girly fragrance. It can be used by a woman, absolutely no problem at all. So out of the two, I do prefer the green one. This one isn't bad, but too much powder for me, too much powder. And the third fragrance that I want to talk to you about is the fragrance that I was ready to blind buy it, because you see, I do love the original fragrance. And these are the hints. This is the Lancome La Vie Belle, and this is the Extrait version. This is the extract of the La Vie Belle, and I do have the original one. I do have the intense version, and I do have the totally different. It's completely different to those two. This is the L'Eclat, and this is Eau de Toilette. It's beautiful white flower, not sweet at all. So I'm gonna tell you the notes of this La Vie Belle Lancome new fragrance. It has red fruits, frankincense, bergamot, damask rose, iris pallida, and oud. The bottle is wonderful. I do think that the bottle is the most beautiful of all bottles that came out so far in this line. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I want it, because it's so beautiful, it's so wonderful, and I do love this fragrance as well. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna definitely have it. And then I looked up the notes, and I was like, oud, oh my gosh, no, hold your horses. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did, because, well, I do have this fragrance. I do have a sample of this fragrance here with me. And for me, unfortunately, and I'm not an oud lover, oud is very prominent. It's very there, and it's there from start to from the start till the end, all the time. And it's kind of a mixture of the original fragrance with the oud. The addition of oud is very present, and this oud, it kind of for me at least, it's very visible. You can feel it, and it's like it kind of overtakes the fragrance, because if you know the original fragrance, you do know that it's very potent, it's very projecting, it's very there, it's very present. And so this one, I do think that they kind of toned down a little bit this sweetness of the fragrance, to kind of emphasize the oud in this fragrance, and they succeeded. They succeeded. It's very heavily oud fragrance for oud, not for a person that doesn't love oud, as myself. It's the oud. I have to put it plainly. Oud ruins this fragrance for me. Absolutely. I wouldn't be able to use it. I wouldn't be able to no, it would be completely unusable, completely waste of money for me. Unfortunately, this fragrance comes in two bottles, comes in two sizes, 30ml and 50ml. I haven't seen the 100ml. I don't think it is available. I don't know if they made it. Maybe they didn't make it for where I live. Maybe they didn't make it at all. I didn't see the 10ml version, just 30 and 50. But yeah, I understand where they came from. I understand that they kind of like to give us options, like for example, the other one that I quite liked was this iris version. It was good, it was very good, but this oud, yeah, it's not for me, unfortunately. Yeah, but nonetheless, these are the three fragrances that I enjoyed testing them. Well, the Gucci one, I didn't understand it quite, but nonetheless, those are the good quality fragrances, and I am looking forward to reading your comments. What do you have to say about these fragrances? I'm very curious. And it's off now. I wish you a happy Wednesday. Bye.